Well, what do we have here? So, I can see bishop, rook and pawn being active players. And here I can see rook, bishop and queen on the white side. Now, what would be the most active move from black that will leave white with a forced move? Rook g1. With that, it will check the white's king, and because the rook is guarded by a pawn, white king cannot take, and white will have to take with the rook. Now that pawn actually cannot take the rook for multiple reasons. First, most obvious, if I take, white king takes. And even though if the white king didn't take, there's still this defender here. So what could I do which would lead to white having just another forced move? Deliberate check with bishop c6. Now, white couldn't do anything else than block because it was getting smothered with its own pieces, and the only path out was sniped by the bishop. Now the rook is not guarding this square anymore, therefore I can safely promote. And with promotion into a queen, I actually delivered a check to a king, which white couldn't block with a rook because it was already pinned, and could only block with a queen that is now pinned to a king. So what would be the final sequence here? If I take, it's not guarded, white king takes. If I take the rook, again, white can take with a queen, and if I take with a bishop, white will take with a king, and the threat is dealt with. But the last and the third move will actually lead to a checkmate. Bishop g2 delivers a check, and white cannot take with a king because it's guarded by a queen, and also cannot take with its own queen because it is pinned to the king. Therefore, bishop g2 is a checkmate.